And we are back, game. The second series of the day for the MYTEL International Championship Series 1. And we are going to be delivering the blow-by-blow action here between Boskur and geekfam. Natalia is going to be banned out here for Boskur, and the Claude being banned out here for geekfam. Thumbs denying that very good side lane. Good side lane there on that Thumbs. I would mean a Selena would be a good ban here for geekfam. Of course, this is the Malaysian representatives going up against each other. Later on, we will be seeing the Philippine representatives fighting off in the upper brackets. It's going to be Bren Esports versus Sunsparks in a best of 3 in the upper brackets. But we're going to be focusing all of our attention here in the last match in the lower brackets. Elimination is what it means. And Lakes is going to be on that ling. Now looking into this fight against this Ling, Akaja would not be a bad idea to be picked up. Selena is still open and it is going to be secured by geekfam. But instead they are going to be securing the solid side lane here onto Esmeralda.
No matter if there's anything I learned from the previous days of broadcast, it seems like our competitors really put so much value into the Selena, into the Esmeralda, and into Popol and Koopa. Now that during the second half of, the first half is about to round off as Boskur picks up Kufra and Popol and Koopa.
Yep, and this looks really solid. Popol and Koopa would really be one of the heroes that can catch the Ling. Again, Kaja is available for picking here in order for them to catch off the Ling. Reliably catch the Ling, for that matter. They're going to be prioritizing their tanks. Now it's a battle, of course, here for both of these guys. We got the supports, we got the tanks, and we got one of the core here for Boskur. Not really going to be worried about any carries, any kimmies being picked up by Boskur, so geekfam may very well deny a side laner here, potentially a Jawhead.
Uranus, they could take those out. What else is missing here for Boskur? A Farsa, take that out. An Angela, they should have, I don't know, they should have taken the Angela. Yeah, the Angela's a solid pickup here for Boskur. But yeah, they can choke out the cores even more against geekfam. And they take out the carry. Good call here. So that leaves geekfam with what? A little bit more of interesting choices in the Hanzo, possibly. Or maybe Kimmy. Kimmy's a little safe. Or maybe pull a page out of Evo's SG's book and get themselves a Granger. But they might, just might, deny the Angela.
And they will be denying the... If they deny the Angela here, that would mean a Kimmy might be up for grabs here for geekfam, just in order to keep Kimmy alive, or a Lancelot potentially.
Yep. I also there's only one loss I have here for geekfam. Usually the trend that we've seen for Angela lineups is the Angela is just as viable entering their core as they are any other hero, right? So the only loss here is the Atlas. I'm not a fan of the Atlas, which I think Soren is going to be using. I'm not a fan of Angela entering Atlas because Atlas is pretty chunky already, especially when he splits up. There's some damage reduction that's involved when he's trying to get away or in to get into team fights. So yeah, I guess the one thing that they're missing here is their core of choice.
And Uranus and a Jawhead kind of spells trouble here. That's going to be a lot of tankiness on the side of Boskur, considering the fact that carry is also out. It's hard to look for a replacement here. Who's going to be their core? They're having a hard time selecting it. Lancelot might be a good pickup Instead, they're opting to go for a Masha. I'm not look
Very, very interesting. Fragile lineup, if you ask me.
a very, very, very fragile lineup. Yeah, Masha is considered a tank and can dish out a lot of damage. It's gonna be arts on the Masha.
I'm guessing it's Ozoroveki. They're gonna funnel into Ozoroveki, gonna be the main core here on that Esmeralda. Not the first time we've seen this, and it's not totally out there. But if there is one thing we can say about Boskur, let's talk about the other side now. They're lacking magic damage, so it's easy. Just build up basic armor, right? The only real magic source here would be the Uranus, but that aside, everyone is just fair. They'll punch you with their physical attack. Yeah. So far, I'm liking what Boskur's bringing to the table, but just like Evos SG, Geek Fam here might surprise us with how lethal this what we call fragile lineup might actually be. So I don't know, up in the air, but you know, if I gotta say what I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen, I might give game one here to Boskur. All right, because it's a safe lineup as compared to what Geek Fam is bringing versus Sunsparks matchup. But that's gonna happen later on after this match right here. So guys, there's one more thing to go through, and let's just enjoy this Malaysian showdown first. All right, and the match goes underway.
Well, could we say that this is the rivalry that Malaysia has in the region?
I don't know. There's so many strong teams in Malaysia, though. MYSG, it's such a packed region.
That's true. That's true. And we're gonna be experiencing one of the best, two of the best teams from the Malaysian region battle it out in a best of three, and that's always going to be a snack, so to speak.
A whole snack, if you will, with 2 C's, 3 C's sometimes.
Sometimes 4 with an X at the end.
Just like Lakes. Oh, again, interesting pickup here on Lakes. He does have the killing spree talent on the assassin emblem, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how that interacts. But look at this now, Lakes. A few cheap shots on Dominus. He does have both buffs on him, but just now recently picking up the ult. So yeah, Tempest of Blades, ladies and gentlemen, already locked in who will be their first target.
Where would the blades land? That's a curious question. And where will the stars and the moons fall for Ozoroveki? I feel like it's going to be a top lane engage here. Sino is going to be the one.
Oh, he might be too forward. There's the Falling Star Moon hitting nothing but air. All right, so that's the first engage. Missed out. It's interesting. Our 2 cores here, they're both heroes with some catch. And their best targets are actually going to be Scott Samyon on the Popol and Koopa. And on the other end, it's actually going to be Dominus? Yeah, I think Dominus would be your best bet.
And Dominus would be pretty quintessential here in the lineup of Geek Fam, because if he can catch Lakes with an Abyssal Arrow, that would immediately mean that Ozoroveki would dive in and go for the kill. Speaking of Abyssal Arrow, that is a good connection onto Sino, and Sino's gonna get deleted relatively quick. Ozoroveki getting the third aggro, but they managed to make it out alive.
What was that though? Interesting. I guess that's just Geek Fam reading into Boskur's moves. And Sino just doing what he could, but again, very heavy rotation here, and not much of an answer from Geek Fam as they let this turret go. The tier 1 turret up top.
Ooh, a bit of a scuffle there over the top lane. Sakura will go for the rage, catches the 2. Tempest of Blades not available, but here comes the hard guard. There goes the Tempest of Blades. Ozoroveki is going to be the primary target. No Falling Storms available to exit out of there. Arts manages to make it out alive there. Relatively low on HP, but that is complete disengage. Nobody dies out. A lot of ultimates being expended there on the side of Geek Fam.
You spoke too soon. Down goes Dominus right as the team fight ends. So again, that's a good target. I guess the softest target, if you will. Arts has so many life bars. Rumpel is most likely inside someone when the team fight occurs. So yeah, your best bet would be Dominus. Again, shut down the damage source and call it a day here for Boskur. So far, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Art's going to be jumping onto Kaiser, already committing the Thunderclap, and will commit to clearing out that minion wave as Boskur secures that first turtle.
Bizzle Arrow almost connecting onto Lakes, but I don't think that's any follow-throughs will happen here as Geek Fam looks for an opening. Will try to get the lead going. There goes the Falling Star Moon. Kaiser gets ejected and, well, not ejected, gets knocked up by the Fatal Links. And that is going to be a complete disengage.
With the bite? Nope.
No follow-throughs with the bite, and I think they're going to try to go for Sino here. Sino goes for the eject onto Zorn, and Lake secures that turret, and Zorn is going to be surrounded by 4 people. Goes for the flicker. Nice timing on the flicker there.
He survives! Well, to be fair, Boskur did not have lethal intention. They did not. They just really wanted to take the turret. But Ozorveki here going to be committing the Falling Star Moon. Going to jump onto Scott and not finish the job. Again, I think they are on the same wavelength. We protect the objectives and we take fights where we can, where they're easy, where they're free, but we're not going to force them. And right now, it looks like a jump in by Sakura. Forces initiate here with the bouncing ball. In goes Ozorveki with the dance, catching Lakes off guard. Lake's going to be receiving the Heart Guard here from... no, I guess that's actually Rumpel going to be going in. Scott's going to take out Zorn. That's the first take here. Actually, Ozorveki as well going down. Dominus going to follow suit. Not even trading, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3-for-0 here, but all the members of Boskur looking pretty low. There's no retake from Geek Fam, and that's going to be a conversion onto mid turret. Great move there. Nice skirmish win by Boskur. 4-2 now, currently up about 2,000 gold.
That was a... Not gonna lie, that was a good Fatal Links there by Zorn. Unfortunately, the damage output still wasn't there for the rest of Geek Fam, and that just allowed Boskur to look for advantages in the fight, and no amount of sustain is gonna be available for you there. Art Sino coming out on top of that duel.
Ooh. So yeah, slowly but surely, this is Boskur securing their lead, and if they snowball even harder here, this simple single-minded lineup might go ahead and get the win. There you go. Nice turtle secure here by Lakes. Gets the Blades of Tempest. Ozorveki goes down. Who's going to be up next? Zorn going to be moving out of here. Disengage. They'll take what they can. 1 for none plus the turtle. Looks like up top is going to be the next target.
Up top, Arts is going to have to defend this with the rest of his team, getting that top lane tier 1 turret so that they can at least minimize the losses here for their team, but they're being zoned out really well by Kaiser and Sakura.
Yep, there you go. Tier 1 turret. All gone for Geek Fam. Boskur seems to be doing so well. We're waiting for a great turnaround. And yep, who took the orange buff? I couldn't see. Okay, at least it went to Ozorveki. Alright, he secured his own.
Secured his own, but his lead is really not impactful here. Looking at how the gold is right now for the side of Boskur, it's 4,000 for Ling, for Lakes, Sino, and Kaiser. And it's just nobody on the side of Geek Fam able to match that for them.
Yep. At least Ozorveki has a Calamity Reaper, but he has the Calamity Reaper, he has the Pillager Axe, but yeah, Lakes just picked up the Endless Battle, so he's gonna be lethal. Rumpel goes down right behind the turret. Assassination by Sino and Lakes.
And Sakura is going to be here ready to respond to his team if ever Geek Fam decides to defend this as a full effort defense, so to speak. Zorn looking for an opportunity to go for the Fatal Links. Not going to be committing it just yet. There goes the Tempest of Blaze. Tempest of Blaze is going to be connecting onto Zorn, and that's going to be the primary initiate down here on the side of Geek Fam. A big opening here for Lakes to start taking this turtle away from them. Scott is going to be in a duel there by Dominus, and Dominus does not secure the kill.
Yep, but again, Scott almost had it. Look at that, 1 bar down left, and quick turnaround onto the turtle. This is fast, man. Up now about 6,000 gold in under 10 minutes. Lakes sitting at a 3-0-3. Ozorveki not having a good time himself. 1, 2, and 1. And Zorn, we usually see Zorn so dominant as a tank. Today just might not be his day, or game 1 might not just be his game. So with that being said, I don't know. I think the turnaround should come in through things like that. You pick off out of position heroes from Boskur, and you slowly build up Ozoroveki's items. I guess that's what you need. Because right now, Ozorveki is not in any shape to face Lakes.
And 75 seconds until the Lord. Just like what you mentioned, Lakes is not... Lakes is in an opportunity to just bully out anybody he comes across, especially when he rotates with his team. And speaking of bullying, there you have to bully they have to bully Geek Fam away from the Lord in the next minute. It's a slow push here by Kaiser in the bottom lane, but it's still a push nonetheless. Everybody is now in position here for Geek Fam to try to contest any invades. Zorn Dominus with the Abyssal Arrow spots out Samian, and Zorn Sakura, and Zorn is looking for an opportunity to go for the Fatal Links, but with Boskurr being away from each other, they're relatively safe from a big Fatal Links play, and that is a good revenge. Rage is available, not going to be committing it just yet. Abyssal Arrow not connecting onto anybody. Also, Raveki is going to be in the front line. He's going to try to secure this purple buff, but as that is happening, Koopa is going to go down, and that is the only casualty in that fight.
That's fine. Scott's going to start channeling, and there you go. Another 45 seconds before he can afford to lose Koopa once more, but I'll take that as a win so far. Ozorveki had to commit the Falling Star Moon to take down Koopa there, and now they're going to go for the Lord. Not even an ounce of hesitation, and that's going to be Sakura and Scott, respectively, just taking guard in mid and the top lanes to make sure that no contest is going to happen. Here we go. Zorn going to go for the flicker out, saving himself. And now, is there anything he can do? No, he can't. He's taken out just like that. Kaiser gets the kill. Pop in the execute. Wow. But down bottom, look, Arts is doing his job. I mean, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Split push. Take what you can. Oh, but Lakes took quite a hit. Tempest out.
And Arts is once again gonna be in a duel here on the Sino, and that was a good ejection. If he weren't able to eject that, Masha would be able to just sustain for days, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's the only weakness on that Masha, really.
Yeah, but again, Sino has the high and dry, so again he caught out Arts alone, so that's extra damage.
He's not gonna be high and dry anymore, so to speak. He's hot and ready for the fight.
He's wet. Wet with the missiles. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, here's a push up top now, led out by Lakes, and again, Sino. Man, this is such a silent worker on the Jawhead Sino. I mean, he's a 2-2-2, but he's been doing his job to push, to space out, and to threaten the Ejector and Unstoppable Force. So I like it. This is the best Jawhead you could ask for in this situation. But look at this big team fight in mid.
This big team fight is not going to be amounting to anybody soon. No. Oh, there goes the Fatal Links onto 4, but not a lot of damage output because Masha is not going to be with them. There goes the Dominance Ice being picked up. Kind of a late Dominance Ice pickup. This mid lane turret is down to quarter HP, is already out. Zorn's going to be completely surrounded there, and he's going to die. Without a shadow of a doubt, he manages to survive.
Oh, but no, because they're going to focus down on the turret, no, man. This is what Boskurr has been doing every single time. They can choose between a turret or a hero. They go for the turret, and for the most part, that's been the correct answer. And now look at this. Dominus going to bite the dust. Lakes gets the kill right after he picks up his sad sword. And maybe Zorn, maybe this is the chance for him to go down, as the Blades of Tempest has been committed. The Tempest of Blades, that is. And that's it. It's a JJ. 13 minutes in. Not even. 12:58. Boskurr secures game number 1.
A very dominant game, the one security there by Boskurr. There were times when it really looked like a Geek Fam game, but it was only a one-time deal, so to speak. It was a 15-3 stomp, and it just goes to show that the composition, the pick on the Masha was really questionable here.
Yes, so questionable.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's time for potentially the last game of the series as Boskur secure a game 1 against GeekFam here in the MYTEL International Championship Series 1 2020 playoffs. This is the lower brackets, and GeekFam needs to win this. And with that being said, we'll be delivering you the action. I'm Nomad. Alongside with me is Leo.
This is an eliminations game, all right? So GeekFam is holding on for their tournament life as Boskur scores the first game in this best of 3. Now, what were GeekFam's weaknesses in game 1? What led to this? Well, first of all, they picked up the Masha in a lineup that maybe possibly could not have accommodated such a hero, and they put all their eggs in the Selena and Esmeralda basket, which maybe wasn't enough to stop the Ling on Lakes from game 1. So Boskur built a solid lineup that had a Popol and Koopa, that had a Uranus, that had a Kufra, that had Ling. I just named all their heroes essentially, and a Jawhead. But with that being said, banning now, it's going to be GeekFam on the play, Boskur answering back. There you go. The Ling and the Popol and Koopa taken out by GeekFam and Boskur. Just covering their bases here, getting rid of the Claude and Natalia.
Yeah, and the Valor being picked up is going to mean GeekFam means business. Anybody that Boskur decides to pick up will get instantly knocked back by this Valor, and that would mean no dive setups can be expected. But Akimi is going to be selected as well as the Esmeralda, which means High Loss might potentially be a pickup by Boskur later on, and GeekFam does not need to worry about picking up a solid core just yet, and they are going to go for instead solid side laners here onto the Thumbs and potentially a Jawhead, or might as well secure a tank onto the Atlas or Kufra.
Or the Hylos themselves, you mentioned it already. It would be such a great pickup to stop both the Esmeralda and the Kimi, but instead they go for the Baksha. So I think this opens up Boskur to a direction wherein they have no heals. Like, that's it. Like, the shields on Esmeralda is all they rely on, and then after that, they still go for the Uranus. This is questionable. That could have actually been the Jawhead to burst down Tams or even go for the Valier. But again, it's an okay hero. It's not bad. But they should stop at this. I'm guessing they could go for one more support or another side laner and then an actual tank. That's all that Boskur could do here. That's all that they should do here, actually, to cover their bases. Batting out the Gushon against GeekFam.
It's actually really
so I can
good.
see it. I can see it, yeah. But it's got to be the core Gushon. I don't know how to feel about the side lane Gushon with the execute these days.
Everybody
Still,
Farsa as well. It's like a good counter because Kimi would be bursted out completely by this Gushon.
Yeah, and I like the Farsa ban. I like the Farsa ban because the Farsa could have been a solid pickup for Boskur playing with range.
Man, this is Kaja being picked up too, so whoever they pick up just have to I don't think
Is this a core Roger? No, don't do this.
I don't think so. It's not gonna be
GeekFam. I like the Xborg.
I'm not a fan of
I like the Xborg.
I'm not a fan of the Roger.
I don't know about the Roger.
They're locking in the Roger!
They lock in the Roger, mad lad. You know what? When the going gets tough, the tough pick Roger. All right. So this is their gambit. This is their Hail Mary play to secure the game 3. And on the other side, though, Boskur gonna be a little safer. Maybe mull over this Lunox, but so far they're still missing a solid frontliner. I don't trust the Uranus alone. I would prefer that they go for another tank, maybe the Hylos, so that they can go aggressive with the invades, but they're gonna fight fire with fire, Nomad. This is it. They locked in the Lunox. Real quick, before we go into the fight, let's talk about these two lineups. How you feeling? Which one has the innate advantage? And man, GeekFam, they're going for it. This is going to be the core Roger.
The first 2-0 of the day, potentially.
Really? That's what you feel?
That's what I feel. I'm not a fan of the Roger pickup, but I do see its merits. But at the end of the day, it's all about executions. And yeah, I just realized the Lunox pickup. Almost completely forgot about the Lunox pickup. It's not looking good for Boskur. We might have game 3.
Really? I don't know. I like the looks, especially if it picks up a Durance. It shuts down the Tams, shuts down the Baksha, could survive a Jawhead Unstoppable Force. But again, Roger here is such a rogue element. Like it's been a while since we've seen Roger. I mean, personally, and he hasn't necessarily been like dominant. He hasn't been taking over the meta just yet. So it could be a coin flip, a die roll here for Geek Fam. But nonetheless, that Valier, again, the draft was so solid. The draft was so readable up until the second half. So with that being said, I don't know. Fundamentally, both teams are playing on such different axes. Is that the... Yeah, axes. Yeah.
Axis with an I.
Axis. Axis says. But nonetheless, here we go. They're gonna throw Arts into the mid lane to clear the wave. Sino and Sakura not gonna let him have such a good time. But oh, look at this! An invade by Geek Fam, just resetting it for Lakes, making it hard for the Kimmy to secure his orange, and he's just gonna let go. He's gonna be just like, you know what? Fine, you guys can have it. All right, is that what you want? Take it. And they flip over Sino. Ozaraveki gets first blood. Man, this is difficult for Lakes.
Very.
Ooh, Scott
Very
already burning the flicker.
I think what Lakes needs to do here is to stay as safe as possible, stay away as possible from Ozaraveki. Because Ozaraveki can pounce on him later on.
Yeah, well, sooner than later, I believe. Because Ozaraveki is about to hit level 4 after clearing this camp over here, getting his purple. And yeah, what a quick advantage turn here by Geek Fam. Already 1,000 ahead here. Not even 2 minutes in. And I blame this on the lack of a frontliner on the side of Boskur. I don't know why they went for the Lunox. It's good though. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Not the greatest they're gonna go for. I can agree with that. It's an all or nothing composition here for Boskur. If we're gonna be looking at the items later on in the game, because there's going
Scott's
to be
gonna go down here.
Scott going down, and Lakes not really being a problem there. But yeah,
what I foresee happening is what I wanted to happen was potentially it was a Lunox or the Kaja. It can't be both. It's too greedy to have both. But they decided to go for both, and they go for broke.
I mean, you can kind of get a sense of where the gold is heading here, and it's not a good looking here for seeing Esmeralda and Uranus getting the bulk of the gold for the start of the game.
Well, they are on the Avarice, and looks like Kaiser here gonna get a little bit of aggro against Arts and Dominus. Okay, he's forced to go home. Yeah, the Avarice is what's carrying Kaiser and Sino here. But yeah, I can see how Lakes is gonna have a hard time. Ooh, quick turtle take. Started up by Ozaraveki here. And Zorn with a pull. Divine Judgment onto the Jawhead. Sakura gets the kill. And yeah, they're primed here for a contest. But they choose not to.
Yeah, they're gonna reset. They're instead gonna try to get lane priority lane priority in their favor first. Start pushing out the lanes and try to spot out any lurkers here on the side of Geek Fam. And as I say that, a bit of a scuffle here. Rumpel not committing onto the stun onto Sakura. They're backing off. Turtle's gonna get taken here by Ozaraveki. No responses here from Sino whatsoever. And they are instead going to trade it up for the top lane turret.
I like this. This is a good trade. Turret for the turtle, by all means. Any day, every day, even on a Saturday. So with that being said, Lakes now finally at least getting some farm, picking up the Raptor Machete himself And if there is a silver lining to this whole interesting draft setup for both teams, at least the cores haven't fallen just yet, right? If the cores start to die in the early game, then that's when you start worrying.
And Sino is trying to bait out this fight with geekfam because there was a big rotation from his team, but they're instead going to be backing off. Cutting off the minion wave. Arts is going to do just that in order to trade out this top lane turret. There goes a Divine Judgment onto Zorn, but Zorn manages to survive. Sakura falls down. That Lunox not being able to pull off the Order of Brilliance.
Oh, yeah, I think it was on cooldown and it just came off right now. If he had the order, he would have survived, even maybe turned around the team fight, given that the order does have some damage. But look at this down bottom. Sino forcing the fight against Zorn. Zorn is going to survive and hit the missiles onto Sino, and down goes the Uranus. Man, that was close. Zorn literally saw his life flash before his very eyes before he gets that kill and survives, converting into this team fight. This tower take down bottom.
And they're going to be trading it for the mid lane. I don't think they would be able to go for the trade themselves.
No,
Slowly
not even a mirror.
Not even a mirror, yeah. Slowly but surely, geekfam is gaining the advantage here.
4-1, under 6 minutes. About 1,000 ahead. Here is geekfam. Oh, Zorn. Oh, it caught Zyno. Zyno's down. Dominus gets the kill. Yeah, the maximum charge is nothing but a warning shot.
And the turtle is going to spawn, and Arts can pretty much solo the turtle. Nice flicker into the ejection onto Lakes, and that is detrimental for them. Lakes manages not going to manage to survive there. That is going to be 2 members down. That was the 3-man, 3 people down on the side of Boskur earlier on.
Clean pick-off. The cleanest pick-off I've seen in a while, man. Full use of the flicker, the unstoppable force, the ejector. Man, even underneath turret, and they got the best target possible, Lakes. So, yeah, I think what's going to be next here for Boskur to secure the series and to knock out geekfam would be to shut down Ozoroveki. They need to shut down Ozoroveki. And Nomad, it's weird to say this, but the Roger's doing it. The Roger's doing it. Sino's going to go down. Zorn gets the kill. Man, I just said those words. The Roger's doing it.
The Roger is indeed doing 3-0, and for Ozoroveki is having a field day here with that Roger. We might potentially have a game 3. That's I doubt that's what's gonna happen here.
More likely than not. More likely than not.
I mean,
and again, the Esmeralda, it's good when it's good, but when it's not, ugh. Yep, look at this easy take on this turret down bottom. Where is Boskur going? Okay, they're gonna go for this sneaky take on this turret up top. And look at this, man. 7 minutes in, they're already thinking about the split push. They've already relegated themselves to the split push. Sakura gonna go down here. This is just delaying the inevitable. He goes for the order. Gonna walk even deeper into the Valley of Death, into the base of the opponent. Rumple and Arts, the Death Squad here. The tag team duo that's going to terminate Sakura. And there you go. Bought some time, but really that's all it was. Wind Talker now on Ozoroveki. That's all I can say. And this battle too. Oh my god.
6,000 gold. Almost 7,000. Way
twice
above.
Yeah, twice that of the lowest gainer on the side of Boskur. Man, this isn't competitive at all. This is a stomp. Game 2.
They're having a game 3, people.
It's so hard. Like, it's so hard for me to imagine what a turnaround would look like for Boskur if they continue to play this way, or if geekfam keeps the pressure on. Now look at this Rumple. Pop in the Poison's forcing it. Zorn with the unstoppable force. Lakes with the Purify and the Flicker. Also, just a Flicker out, not a Purify. They take out Sakura. It's more than enough. Ozoroveki though. Oh, gonna hop in. And under Lakes. Flicker out by Scott. And they're fine. They get bullied out. See, this is their own side of the map, and they get bullied out.
It's a stomp. What can Boskur do to flip the tables here? That's a big
one
question.
Thing. I stand by what I said. I think it's still to shut down Ozoroveki. One kill on Ozoroveki could give them the gold that they need, but yeah, as Kaiser here just gets bursted down, survives though. That is the Continent Inferno popped in by Arts. He still has the I'm sorry, that battle spell. It escapes me. Wow, of all the things that I forget. Essentially, he can still force the fight here.
Hello?
The return.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, I think I got lost there for a bit.
Yeah, no, my brain got lost. I totally forgot what that battle spell is on the Tams.
Where is the thumbs? I totally forgot about it too.
Right? I mean, that's the right talent for the most part. That's the right battle spell for the most part, but... And it recently, or is about to recently get nerfed.
Well, that's something to look forward to. Getting a
Alright.
down, and this is a Divine Judgment though. Of all targets, you're gonna Divine Judgment a Jawhead, not even able to finish him off, and that just allows them to secure the kill onto Sakura and onto Scott as well. They're paying the price, and this is Arts just buying time for his team here, stuck between a rock and a hard place. But here comes Rumple, goes for the jump in with the tires that will hurt you if you get hit in the face, but you know. Manages to make it out vengeance. There. It's vengeance. Bottom lane turn is gonna go down, and Geekfam poised to secure a game 3.
Yeah, it's hard to turn this around. They get penetrated down bottom. It's vengeance, all right? I spent like 2 minutes thinking about it, and it's called vengeance. Ice Queen Wand picked up here by Lakes. Too little, too late, possibly. They do get the defense of a lifetime here, saving their mid lane turret, but at least they force the revitalize here from Rumple. But again, that's an untouched Rumple. That Baksha has not died once this game.
And Ozoroveki has not died once in this game as well. The only casualty was Zorn, but look at that lead, man. It's
Zorn is feeling it. Zorn is back to his recall spamming ways. And wow, Ozoroveki already down to... No, I don't think he's... Yeah, he just picked up the anti-ejector potion. Alright, look at this. Sino caught out. Hunting him down is Rumple and Zorn. Is he gonna get spotted out? Is he gonna get spotted out? Yes, he does. Oh! Here comes Rumple. There you go with the Unstoppable Force. Does not get the ejector though. Zyno still on the run, and they're gonna let him go. That would be too much of a waste.
Because the Lord is a priority here for these guys. Scott takes Dominus. Dominus manages to survive that. And Scott's gonna be paying the price for that Divine Judgments. A lot of questionable Divine Judgment plays here, but not a lot of questionable engages here by Ozoroveki. They are gonna be foregoing the Lord, instead taking down this tier 1 top turret. The inhibitor turret, I mean.
Yes. And there you go, Sansword picked up by Ozoroveki, even more to make this Lord take easier with the help of Arts. Nomad, this is like there's not a single kill after that first one in the early game on to Zorn by Boskur. What happened? Oh my god, all right, so far the losses in this series have been down to their draft. Okay, game 1, that weird draft by Geekfam, and then now game 2, this weird draft by Boskur. What's going on in these teams' minds?
I think they're trying to be exotic enough to at least get a cheese.
Creative, I guess. Yeah, exotic, creative. There's so many ways to define or to describe what's going on here. But yeah, the last turret stands here for Boskur in mid, and yeah, that's a Luminous Lord marching up top.
Only a matter of time before Geekfam secures this. Game 3 is coming, guys. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
Game 3 is
very
coming.
99.9%, 99% possibly that a game 3 is gonna come because again a 13-1, more than 16,000 gold ahead, and this Lord is gonna go down. Turret as well. Scott gonna miss out on the DJ, not gonna commit it just yet. There you go, Poisson's pop, and yep, that was enough for them to just focus down on the base. Game 2 goes to Geek Fam, and we're gonna see a game 3. They're just grasping hold of their tournament life here, but I'd like to believe that Boskurr is the one who let go, given this very, very interesting and if dare I say greedy draft as they pick up the Cash and the Lunox in the last half of their draft. Nomad, if you ask me what, again, Boskurr has to do now that they're on the back foot is just go back to the basics. Like, try to draft properly and show us what the meta dictates, and then again just add that little pinch of spice. Don't be all spice, all right? Don't be all spice. Don't start with the chilies. Don't start with the wasabi. Don't start with the gochujang. Don't start with the peanut sauce, and then just add the meat later. You have to have a main course here.
And we are back for the conclusion in this best of 3 series between Boskurr and Geek Fam. Of course, Geek Fam securing that game number 3 after that last dominant game. Only one being the casualty there, but we might see a change in the drafts here. And we are going to be delivering you the action. I am Nomad. Alongside with me is Leo. What is going to be the call here? Are they going to be playing it basic, or are they going to be going up with a cheese strat that will catch the other team off guard? What do you think?
Oh man, keep it basic, I'd say, because again, the downfall of both lineups that lost in game 1 and 2 were a little bit too much spice. They strayed way too far from what worked, and despite the Roger being a little bit of a spicy pick, I mean, it's creative nonetheless, but it was effective. The decision to actually pick up no tanks in game 2 for Boskurr just went around and bit them in the behind. So now they need to go back to the drawing board and look at what works and stick to that. All right, so far so good. As we go into game 3 here, the draft, it's Boss on the play and the Geeks on the draw. They are going to take out the Natalia and the Valir, while the Poplin Koopa and Claude are just out of here for a Geek Fam. So first pick for Boskurr gonna be that Ling on Lakes. Game 1 proved it quite effective. And then Geek Fam, a respectable double pickup of the Selena and Tams. This is what I'm talking about. Stick to your lane.
Stick to your lane, stick to your role, and stick to your comfort picks, I feel, is the name of the game here. And straight off the bat, we're getting the Angeline. Or are we? We are.
That's it. That's the Angeling. They only need a tank and one more side laner. And that's it for Boskurr. Again, this is good. They have a formula, and then within said formula, they can be playful. So I've heard somewhere that you can only cross boundaries if you know where they are. You have to know where they are to cross them properly. If you don't, then you're just going blind. So on the other end, though, Geek Fam, they pick up the Baksha. Very good on Rumple so far. If game 2 is of any evidence, but yep, I guess they're picking that up too to stop any sort of countering the Tams on arts. So I like that. That's respect. They ban out the Hylos, so they're not afraid of the Kufra. They're fine with the Kufra, I'm guessing.
They're fine with the Grok as well, if that's the case. Because
Oh,
they're
man.
gonna have priority in selecting
A core. Yeah. The core is it's not a race anymore. They're at the point when they're accepting the fact that whatever core is left is what they'll get, especially after this ban here. But yeah, let's talk about Grok. You mentioned Grok. Our lumbering friend seems to have fallen off the meta, at least for these teams' choices. Yeah?
Yeah. And banned out of the Jawhead. They need to secure a good tank here.
Boskur,
not a tank,
you mean?
yeah, Boskur needs to secure a good tank, and GeekFam needs to secure a good side lane.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Aside, in a good core. They don't have a core yet.
I'm thinking about a carry. Carry might be good, or if they're gonna focus on objectives, Akimi would be the next possible choice here. Gonna go for the safer choice though with on the side lane. Go for the choke. Carmilla insta lock as well.
Okay, I like the Carmilla. The interaction between her ult and Tempest of Blades and Falling Star Moon, and she's a great target for Sakura's Heart Guard is a good too. But hold up, Boskur now the ones fielding the Roger. Could be a good side laner though. I respect that. That's fine. I'm not too angry.
It's wombo combos after wombo combos here for Boskur. Geek,
All right,
they're the safer lineup.
Yep, this looks more like something that I could say is a competitive matchup, especially with what Geek Fam showed us using the Roger earlier. This is something I look forward to, and I love seeing Cho back in action. Cho here, always the performer. Even if your team is losing, he's just so good on the split push. Could not ask for more. So far, Nomad, what's your take here? How you feeling about this game 3, man? It's eliminations. Boskur and Geek Fam.
It's a 50-50 for me now. I'm not seeing any edges here. There are a lot of win conditions that both of these teams have to meet. And we can see the win conditions being met as early as 7-8 minutes into the game.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Curse of Blood. And I love Lakes' Ling earlier from game 1. And the Ling, the Angeline combo, man. And again, this is evident of most if not all good Angela lineups these days. Is Angela's fine entering any single one in the team. So Sino plus Angela, yes. Scott plus Angela, yes. Kaiser plus Angela, yes. So that's so much value in that pick. But on the other end though, it just covers all bases. It's just good Mobile Legends. So yeah, I'll agree with you, man. I'm on the same page, 50-50. Look at this cut up top by Zorn.
Immediate cut, and no responses there. That's gonna be the top lane turret being chipped down, but Kaiser hopping in gets the first blood onto Arts with the help of Angela there, and they're gonna try to go for a counter engage here, a counter fight, a counter attack. The Geek Fam is trying to go for revitalize. Is gonna be popped out by Rumple to last longer in the fight. Rumple's gonna go down by the hands of Kaiser once again. Whoever is controlling Roger is going to control the game. That's how I'm seeing it.
Man, Kaiser already 2 kills with that bounty hunter. He does get shut down though after that engagement. Who took the walkie grass? I believe that was the Ling. Alright, so Lakes gets walkie grass. I like that. So good so far. Barely ahead is Boskur. And yep, instead of that game 2 putting them down, it actually gave them the hunger. But now we're evened out here, Nomad. Nice pick off by Dominus on Sakura. Just off camera kill.
Oh, Dominus is gonna be diving in.
Yeah, catching that arrow.
Oh, manages to survive 1 HP in the dream. 1 HP in the dream, and Kaiser takes out Dominus for that. Scott is going to be the next target here as Ozoravecki tries his best to kite these members from Boskur, and they don't want to get, both of these teams do not want to get eliminated.
Nope. They want to continue to fight for their country once more. This is the MYTEL International Championships, and this is a Malaysian mirror match. All right, Boskur and Geek Fam. Now, looking at the values, just barely 500 ahead will be Boskur and Scott here alongside Kaiser. Stunning Rumple, but there is Zorn and Ozoravecki to the sides here. Ozoravecki with that orange buff. Let's see. Sakura does not have Heart Guard, just picked it up now. Alright, so I guess he can go a little further from his teammates. Now Kaiser gets level 4 as well.
And
Ooh, look at this. Big rotation. Waiting to happen.
big rotation and big fight waiting to happen here. This is for the purple buff. Rumpel's going to be diving in. Over the side lanes. Kaiser's going to go down. That's an opening. Heartguard is on to Sino. Sino pushing in forward. Goes for the Tempest of Blades. And again, just like what we said, there are wombo combos after wombo combos happening here. Arts takes down Scott, though. That is going to be a blunder on the side of Boskurr. They lose 2 members and trading it out for Ozoraveki.
Not sure if it's worth it though. Scott and Kaiser for Ozoraveki, I guess. Ozoraveki still doesn't have any kills despite having Bounty Hunter. But yeah, if this continues on, it might not be worth it eventually. It might actually be to their detriment. Now, looking at mid, big presence here by geekfam. Not much Boskur can do. Sino looking low. Ooh, Sino just dueling against Zorn. But again, Zorn has high and dry. So with Sino not having any allies around, Scott, look at this from the side though. Oh, gonna stun Zorn. Zorn gonna go and continue with the way the dragon combo onto Sino. He actually pulls the trigger, but Sino clicks to purify. Actually, no, he just survives straight up. Zorn's gonna go down here. Lakes gets the kill. Who took the turtle? I think that was an off-cam turtle take.
It's Ozoraveki.
I see. All right.
Was it?
Yeah, you're right. That is Ozoraveki.
Yeah,
Unless
Ozoraveki.
it's Lakes. Lakes would have the buff too.
No, it's Ozoraveki. Ozoraveki's
All right.
be,
Cool, but they do steal the purple. They do steal Ozoraveki's purple.
And Scott is getting hurt. There goes the heart guard, but that was not a good heart guard though.
Yeah,
He
no.
was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, should have just let that go. But look at this. Nice push up top by Sino. Could he get it? I think he can. The best that they can do here is for a mirror. But
Oh,
guys,
he had to walk back.
arrow from Dominus, and Dominus says you're welcome. Oh, wow. But Sino does get the push up top.
He just had to walk back though. He was already safe.
Mm-hmm. And we see Zino now just currently picked up his enchanted talisman, so he needs a little bit of a cooldown reduction.
A little bit, I'd say he needs more cooldown reduction here. And the more fights that he joins in, the more...
Ooh, go down here. Ooh.
Oh, mid lane though. Mid lane's gonna be a big problem. Abyssal Arrow, not connecting onto anybody. Although
All right.
he still has the turtle buff, can still potentially push this lane out. Couple more. I think there's a couple more seconds before the turtle buff disappears.
Yeah, but as our good friend said, man, there's no minions. There's just no minions for them.
And yeah, it's still a close fight. I'm just gonna want to watch everything unfold here and enjoy some good Mobile Legends.
Now look at this turtle take here, second of the game. Gonna be started up by Ozoraveki. They successfully take it. No contest. Too late to answer here by Lakes and the gang. So far, 1-0-1 on Lakes as compared to Ozoraveki's 0-1-4. But yeah. Oh, look at this jump! Falling Star Moon. Oh, but Scott got caught out again. He's really low. He does pop the Vengeance, but to no avail. They can't keep this up. Oh, Rumpel catching Lakes out. Sino to the rescue, and that's gonna be a false engage once more. They can't keep this up. Zorn needs to go home too.
I think Dominus is waiting for the opportunity to go for the Abyssal Arrow there. They'll spot out the one, but they're not gonna be committing just yet. Abyssal Arrow blindly into the mid lane. Falling Star Moon by Sino. He's low on HP. There goes a hard guard onto Lakes. Lakes looking for an opportunity to dive in here, and I don't think this is going to be a pristine opportunity for them because Art's going to be taking down Carmilla. Mid lane turret is about to go down as well as this purple.
That was interesting. Likes and Sakura were in perfect place to actually pull the combo with the Heart Guard and the Tempest of Blades, but they choose not to. They hesitate, and it led to this, right? It's an extended team fight in mid where they lost 2. And then up top, Lakes goes down after a hunt, and Sakura being threatened. Now with a minion wave crashing up top, man, that did not go well for Boskur, not at all.
There is Zorn in the backlines though, looking for a target for the Wave the Dragon, and they do spot out Scott. But Kaiser takes down the one before anything else. So it is a 1-for-1 trade there.
Yeah, better than nothing. Could have totally flubbed for Zorn, but at least they take Scott. But again, that was, I believe, the one worst target for the Way of the Dragon combo. I mean, that's a Carmilla. She's a little chunkier than the rest of Geek, than Boskur, but you'll take what you can.
Take what you can, and
for the Force.
They're taking they're gonna be taking the turtle without any hesitations here, Geek fam, and Boskur will want to have to contest this.
I don't think they're in a position to, Nomad. After this free minion wave clear up top by Ozoroveki, he's going to convert straight into this turtle, and it's as free as it gets. Look at this. He's got a purple buff. He does have his retribution online still, so he can still steal buffs himself. He's going to take this river crab, and Sino going to get forced into the backline here by Rumple. Up! Combo by Zorn. He does pop the Way of the Dragon. Arrow out by Dominus, and Rumple going to be using the Puissance here to get away. And yeah, this is an interesting direction by Geek Fam. Not much presence from them in the map or direction from that forced engage. As Lakes goes down bottom, I think he's going to force the stake here. Yep, he takes the turret and he's going to walk away from Arts. Needs a little bit more energy. There you go. He gets away with it. Okay, that's some sign of life from Boskur so far. Oh, but he gets caught out by Zorn. Uses the Tempest of Blades, but misses out. Only fast by Zorn with the recall combo. Little swag on the top.
He shouldn't have used his Tempest of Blades, to be honest. He was going to die regardless of what he does there.
Well, he didn't lose anything either, because with this respawn timer, he would have had it off cooldown. So
that's true.
It was a hope, you know. It was a dying wish.
My only wish is to Tempest of Blades 1 before I fall down. Probably what Lakes was thinking. Probably.
Yeah, he tried. He tried. What was he doing? His best.
There you go. Zorn going in for the G-Kundos. Not committing the Wave the Dragon just yet. Mid lane though, big scuffle here. Sino low on HP, goes for the Falling Star Moon. Not a lot of damage output here on the side of Boskur and Geek Fam. They are dominating this. A mega kill onto Dominus, from Dominus, I mean. And yeah, Lakes on his alone.
Lakes left alone. I'm wondering if he wants to take out Zorn. He does get Zorn. Drive-by kill. There's the Tempest of Blades onto Arts and Ozoroveki, but he's gonna go down here as well. It's a wipeout.
It's a
Nomad, this might be it, but they don't have any minions. So they have one. They have a wagon, and it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, Boskur gets knocked out, and Geek Fam is gonna be moving on in the MYTEL International Championships. Congratulations. As compared to game 1 and 2, this was just less competitive. The draft was just okay, 50-50. Gameplay was up there, but at some point, as soon as Geek Fam felt that they had a vice grip on the series, they just went for it. And yep, with Ozoroveki on that carry going online so much sooner than anyone could have predicted, they go ahead and eliminate Boskur, their fellow Malaysians, from the playoffs. Congratulations to Geek Fam here. And again, Zorn bringing back the show with swag, with style, eliminating their countrymen.
And with that being said, the next bout that we're going to be having is a bout of the Philippines. It's Bren Esports versus Sunsparks in the upper brackets of the MYTEL International Championship. Now,